Welcome back, everyone, to the 2024 Memorial Championship. We are rounding out. It's been a long week. Ohn Scoggins, myself, Jennifer Allen, and Violet Main. This is the back nine of round 4. We are wrapping things up at Vista del Camino. Thank you so much for tuning in all week long. And a huge shout out to Terry and Dustin for bringing you this coverage. We're going to start it out on the back nine. This is hole 10, 651 feet. This is a par 5. You have OB lining the top there, that sidewalk, as well as the rocks over there on the left. So all the way down. And there's your basket. This can be an easy birdied hole. Playing it nice and safe to the middle. Ohn lets that go a little too low. She does get lucky to bounce off the rocks and keeps her safe there on the top. Violet goes with a high turnover. This was very successful for her yesterday, and she's going to get the same result today.
Oh, 159 champ beast.
I decided to take the dirt tee instead of the turf, which allowed me to miss that Mando that I caught the day before, getting full flight. So Ohn's putting a lot of angle on both of those and not going to get that to pan out. Absolutely beautiful shot from Violet. That's going to give her an eagle look.
That was a good shot.
Ohn's going to make up some distance there. That's a great drive. So that's still for birdie, even with 2 low shots. She can still make this happen. Let that go a little too close to the tree line. Going to get caught up. Kind of a touchy distance for me. I was trying to decide if I wanted to go putter or rock. Just going to lay this up for the tap-in birdie. No reason to run the eagle from there. Violet had been putting pretty good, but a little bit of pressure on that big putt for eagle. Hopefully she's going to make this comeback here. Still get a birdie. There we go. So we have 6 women in the final round here after the cut, and we have 5 birdies on this hole. It's a little bit of a soft par 5, but that's okay every now and then. Big shout out to Discraft, title sponsor. Here's hole number 11, 543 feet. This is a par 4. Again, OB up there on the sidewalks on the right, as well as that sidewalk on the left, making you keep it nice and straight. Miss those 2 Mandos. Make sure you stay to the right of them. Pretty big slope on this green. Have to be careful with that last approach. Ohn very consistent on this hole. Every time she plays it, forehand, forehand. Typically puts her with a tap-in birdie. We'll see if she can manage it one more time this week. That has a great turn, but stability to come back right into the middle. Incredible drive from Violet. It's going to put her with a nice little, probably 200-foot hyzer shot. I go with a little bit safer of a spike hyzer. Just never know how much skip you're going to get. I'm going to get right there by the tree. Can see that last Mando there on the left. Not quite as close as she normally gets, but pretty good chance that Ohn's going to make that putt. A lot better approach today. Playing it all the way on the right side and letting it trickle down the hill. You have to be careful not to throw it at the basket if you have any kind of stability on your disc, because it will tend to find that OB on the left side. Violet with a beautiful putter approach. If you're a gambler, that's a pretty safe bet. But Ohn's going to make that putt unless the basket malfunctions. Violet, unfortunately, leaves that waffle putt just a hair too low. That basket from where she was standing just a little bit elevated. We're going to head over to the last hole on this side of the park. Hole number 12, 282 feet. This is a par 3. You must get up on top of that gunite. Get up there on the grass. OB is long around the back with the sidewalk, but that's pretty difficult to reach, mainly just focusing on getting right above the water's edge there. Ohn switching things up, going backhand. Her forehand was a little too short yesterday with the wind. Gets the green flag. Very easily you can land on top and roll back OB. I hyzered OB yesterday with this rock, so I played it a lot more over to the right. Looking at the strokes, there's still anything that can happen on this back nine between Violet and I, so I'm just going to try to play it safe. This is a birdieable hole for the women. Violet with another great drive. Lay it up to that elevated basket. It's awkward sometimes laying up from just outside circle one, getting a little bit of a slide there. And that is the last thing that you want to do when you're putting for birdie on this hole, but I hate to say it, Violet's not the only one who's done that. It can happen. Looking back at this water, still shocked that we did not have the wind that they told us. Probably, guess that's the easiest job out there, right? The weather guys. No offense to any weathermen or women, but they guessed the wind wrong for us today. It's another gorgeous day. And that's just a hair short. So that's going to be a double bogey for Violet after she taps that in. Bird's sounding a little tropical. I think it distracted Ohn because that is a rare miss to ever see. So Ohn and myself gonna get the pars there. We actually had no birdies today in the FPO division. All right, back on the other side. This is hole 13, 405 feet, par 3. Make sure to land safe here on the grass, staying out of the water there. That wraps all the way around right behind the basket Mando tree there on the left, as well as the sidewalk on the left, is OB. Very difficult par 3. I'm not sure we've ever had a woman throw it in from the 2 here. Trying to play the safe play of just getting right in the middle. Very difficult approach with the basket. So close to the water's edge. Going big hyzer here. Using the wind. I'm going to get a big skip. About as far as I can get it on this. Couldn't have done that one much better. Violet's going to follow my route. Gets through the big gap there between those 2 trees. That's right where you want to hit it. And she's going to roll right into the middle. Even with the perfect drive, this is still a very difficult approach. Has to be touched just right to not slide OB. Just the distance that she needed. Now she doesn't even have to look at the water for that tap in. So I'm probably about 50 feet. Not going to get spit out by the basket today with that. Basket was a little dirty to me yesterday, so wanted the revenge. Star frame on that hole is a great score. Hole 14, 605 feet. This is a par 5. I believe there's 4 Mandos here, as well as OB line all along the left side and sidewalk on the right. Try to land your drive about here, and then you can approach that basket. OB line goes right just outside of circle 1 around the back side of that, so making sure you're not too long on the approach. A lot of ground play on this hole.
Okay, I like that better. I don't know why I throw a side on the ground like that.
So Ohn making a few changes after playing this quite a bit. We just wrapped up the Shelly, which she was crowned the champion back-to-back years at. So she usually goes forehand on a couple of these. Changing it to the hyzer. Thought I kept that really low, but I knew I had a ton of speed on it. Thought it was going to stay safe. That is on the line, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, OB. Violet getting right underneath that eucalyptus tree. If you catch that too hard, those branches will knock your disc straight down. On switching back to the forehand, but puts a lot of angle on it. She's going to stay just between those last 2 trees.
I'm safe.
It is a hard area to putt from the branches, keeping it low. That's exactly how you want to do it, Violet. Coming in right at the basket, not going too far. That's still going to leave her a putt, but that's going to be an eagle putt. So with this being a very short par 5, I'm still going to try to save birdie. Actually, I guess that could have been an eagle if that would have went in, but unfortunately, I'm going to skip back close to where the OB line is again. Ohn really having to stretch out behind that eucalyptus. Catches pole, which is going to keep her right underneath. Not keeping the height on it. Wanted to jump putt it, but kind of also afraid to fly by with the jump putt. Pretty close to the circle to jump putt. Perfect height, and that's a great eagle after a couple of bad putts for the several holes. That's our first carded eagle in a round. So congratulations, Violet, on checking that off the bucket list.
Yeah, Jen, there you go. Good job, Jen.
We'll save the par, and Ohn is going to tap in for the birdie. So you have one eagle, one birdie, and one par, and we're going over to hole 15. Hole 15 is 450 feet. This is a par 4 with a couple of Mandos there on the left side, keeping you away from all the casual walkers we have at this course. Try to get your disc to land about there, and you're going to have a straight shot at the basket. If you go long, you can choose to go either with a forehand or a backhand approach there on the right side. Violet has great distance, so she's going to take it out and around. And that's a great place to be. Ohn keeps that flat, but that's totally fine. She's used to cutting it in a little bit tighter. She'll get closer to that second Mando, which leaves her with a really short approach. If you hit the ground correctly here at the right spot, you're going to get the skips that you want. Just like that, you can see shot after shot, the ground play here, which you can use to your advantage if you know it. So she's going to slide just a little long. Did not get that to turn like she wanted it to. Just going to pitch that up. So you can see that OB line comes in tight behind the basket, so you have to make sure not to go too long. And after a huge putt on the previous hole, unfortunately, Violet is going to miss right side there, which seems to be her miss when she does not connect. And this is one of the spots on the course that you really have to focus. There's so many walkers, and it's very difficult to do at times. So unfortunately, that's going to be low. Giving Violet the option there to tap out if she wants to. Like I said, no distractions here at Vista. We got tractors coming by, dog walkers, bikers. Able to maintain the focus and get that birdie. And that spits out to the right side. So we're 50% on this hole. Out of the 6 of us, we had 3 birdies, myself, Katerina, and Sophia.
No, it's me.
Literally.
No, it's me. He's on the right side.
That was just like mine yesterday. It was perfect.
I'm going to give the basket a little credit. We don't think Ohn misses, so we're going to blame the basket. But Ohn graciously takes that spit. Okay, hole 16, 390 feet. This is a par 3. Tee just behind the normal tee there. You got the Mando on the left side, sidewalk to the left as well, and then the street up on top. The very slanted green can be tricky for both putting and approaches. Getting low, getting some good height, but yet slow turn. Gonna slide up there to about 25 feet. some great distance on that as well. I think this is another one she occasionally forehands, so continues to kind of switch things up. Why not? She's got a 9-stroke lead, so pretty sure she's going to manage to keep that. Spoiler alert. Violet has good height and turn as well. Needs us to slow down though. Yeah, unfortunately gets a double skip and a slide, and that's going to be on the sidewalk. So close, we almost couldn't tell if it stayed in or not. Looked good out of her hand though. Just like Ohn's up shot, and that's how you want to land it. You want to land up past the basket, nice and flat. Any kind of angle, or if you hit the basket or pole at all, very easily to roll all the way back down this hill and find yourself with another penalty stroke. So Violet playing it smart, not even going near the basket. That's exactly what you want to do. Not a hole that gets birdied by the women too often. Can't lie. Didn't want to land that one low and have it roll back after such a great drive, but also wanted to snag that birdie.
I'm glad I didn't. So close.
Shout out to Six-Sided Disc and all the sponsors to bring you this footage. This is hole 17, 243 feet, par 3 island green. You must land and maintain inside that circle. Can also find yourself over there on the gunite, those rocks on the left side. Another very sloped green, but this OB line does go right up against the wall, so if you do hit and a roll, it will help you instead of hurt you this time. Again, thinking the wind is going to push me over to the right with that putter. Ohn going hyzer with the pig.
Wow.
Goes through all the branches. Champ luck there, champ luck. Violet early releases as well, so no bikers injured in that throw, but Violet and I are going to head over here to the drop zone, which we saw 2 of the chase card women back to back make this putt, saving their par. Violet and I are just going to lay that up. No need to really go for it. So another hole, the women making the cut. We're 50% on. We have 3 birdies on this hole. Katarina, Ohn, and Sophia. Great shots, ladies. This is one of those holes you either almost birdie it or bogey it. There's almost harder to get a par. Wind is slowly starting to pick up. But we were very lucky to get almost all the holes in before it did. We made it to the last tee. This is a new tee for this year. Hole 18, 330 feet across this water. It's a par 3. It's about 250 to get straight across behind that big tree there on the right. You can easily go long. It's a very narrow green that runs alongside the water there, so even if you're just laying up, you have to hit that small landing zone. Ohn attacking this more than she ever has before. Unfortunately, just a hair short. She's going to go to the drop zone. Going with the rock. Stable rock. Playing the nice, safe play, touchy distance. Violet has a lot of power on this. which if she wouldn't have hit that branch, it might have went OB long, but unfortunately catches the branch and it's going to drop into the water there. So Violet and Ohn just trying to lay up from the drop zone. Ohn almost sliding back out on the back side. That's going to stay up on top. And Violet going to slide up as well. That's going to leave her a tester. And just leaving it a hair short. Not the way she wanted to finish. She was playing so good all week. She is an upcoming FPO. A lot of years ahead of her. So many women coming up. It's really increasing all the talent that we have to compete against. It's been great. After a rough third round and even a few bad holes here in the final round, had a few great birdies to finish it. So Violet, unfortunately, with a double bogey, but we're going to let the champion get the last putt. She could lay this up a time or two and still be the winner. She's going to go ahead and drill it for the bogey. Finishing at 26 under. That is your 2024 Memorial Championship.
Your 2024 and back-to-back FPO Memorial Champion, Ohn Scoggins.
Seeing the most beautiful trophy for the first time made by Mace Man every year. Mace is like, you better not drop that, Ohn Scoggins. I will hurt you. The most beautiful trophies. Shout out to Brian Mace, Mace Man, making these trophies. And Terry's going to catch up with Ohn.
You got bookends now. I'm the Disc Golf Guy, and that was my video blog. We're here with Ohn Scoggins, back-to-back champion at the Memorial Championship. Ohn, earlier in the year, you told me you were only maybe at 70%. When I saw you a month ago, you're at 70%. If this is 70% of your health, I think the rest of the division's in trouble. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling good. And it was so exciting weekend. Me and Jen was like next to next, and she was play amazing, and it just makes some a little mistake here and there. Unfortunately for her, and mine was just like, this court is tough. This court is tough, and I know it's hard to hit the line sometimes. The OB was over there, and I feel like at the end of the day, who make less mistake and will win this course. Yeah.
How is it after all these years you can come out here and make the least amount of mistakes? What is it that keeps you grinding, that keeps you pushing so hard so that you can play the golf that you played this weekend?
I just love this game, man. I just love this game. For me, it's not even job, and everything you do and you loving is always going to be good in the end of the day. I just very exciting. Even I have like a 2 month off to heal my arm, but when I come out here, I know as long as I practice hard again, my arm getting better. That's good. And so yeah, like I said, I love this court. I love to come back here all the time, and the people were so nice here, and my competitor was so amazing and supported each other the whole week. So yeah.
Is there anything you want to say? We've got all these people watching, and everybody's been watching the coverage all week long. Anything you want to say to everybody out there?
Thank you for coming, guys. And I know like you guys would take time and all day to come here and watch us, and even inside the house. And you guys keep watching. And also like please subscribe for the Disc Golf Guy. And he's doing an amazing job. Thank you for coming, guys. Thank you.
All right, your champion here again at the Memorial, Ohn Scoggins.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. That's a wrap.